It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. Our girl Chapel performed at Elton John's after party and added to her queen status by calling out all the future ex-husbands in the crowd.
On Traitors, Tom Sandoval was finally murdered. In his exit interview, he reveals, I was like the most threatening of all the guys and like a total pleasure to work with.
And have a seat, Wicked, because you're about to learn what award-winning music really is. And it's this. Emilia.
All that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. Hey kids, Sala Walla Way is here.
Uh-oh, it's about to get
I've been missing you, Sala Walla Way, because I know you've been in meetings. Hi, Jay Schwa. Hi, Florida Stanley. Hey, Danielle. Hey, guys. If you want to comment in our comments, we are live, friends. If you're just a little watcher there, you could just even put an emoji. Hey, Mandisha. Hey, girl.
I'm ready for this. We are ready.
Anyway, Amanda and I had a great day yesterday because we recorded 2 episodes. Oh yeah, Amanda did have a terrible day actually.
I'm having a good day today though.
But we did record 2 episodes and we had a lot of fun. Kids. Hey Gabriel. Hey babe.
In the chat. Oh my god, it's gonna be
it is lit. And keep those comments coming. I know sometimes when it's like 45 minutes in, it's like okay, yes. But throw something in there. Throw an emoji. Yeah. Take guesses about what Amanda's secret was from last week's Patreon episode. Check it out, baby. Or 2 weeks ago.
It never ended up happening because I ended that. Of course. Anyway, let's get right into some housekeeping. Oh, there's no housekeeping thing, is there? Oh yeah, there is. There's this. I forgot I
thought that was officially retired. Anyway, so this week on Patreon, we did do Golden Gals in a Bed of Roses. And this episode was actually really good.
So good.
Really good. Watch that Golden Girls episode. It's one of my favorites so far. Also, this week on Sex and the City, it was All or Nothing. And Carrie is still cheating on Aiden. And trust me. Lord, I go on one. I'm like, just break up with Aiden. Ah! So if you want to hear me crash out about,
but John, like I told you, the other option would be being single and not having a guy. And according to Charlotte, her life didn't begin until she met Trey. So we both loved that. As 2 incredibly single people.
I do want to say a special hi, Jen. Hi, Ashley. Both of you. 2 fabulous friends on my TikTok. Open that doll, babe. Appreciate you guys so much over there. It's so sweet. And you can check out my YouTube page, Open That Doll, if you feel like it.
Lastly, can you guys please go to, it should be in the show notes, go to our voicemail. Mm-hmm. And our last voicemail, our mailbag was a hit. So make sure you guys are leaving voicemails. See, it wasn't so bad. You don't have to be nervous. We're message.
It was fun.
You can say whatever you want and we'll talk about it. No judgment. All right, great. I think that's everything, right? Should we get right into hot topics? That was really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. I guess before we roll, check out patreon.com/pod and the city. Also, if you're watching and you're just loving it, hit subscribe and smash that like.
Heck yes.
All right. So first things first, it was the big week. We've been leading up to it. It's Oscars 2025. And Amanda told me to be not too negative. So.
Well, that's just kind of a general blanket over every episode.
Every day be not too negative. Good luck on that. All right. So first things first, we have been following the journey of our girls, Ariana and Cynthia, because of Wicked Watch.
You reading the comments?
I was obsessed with I think this is the best Ariana has looked like
She's
in the whole Wicked thing.
I don't comment on people's bodies, but I will say she looks healthy. I think she looks really good.
She's tanned better. I like her hair color better.
Eyebrows are back.
I'm liking it. I love this outfit too. It's amazing. And then Cynthia was serving too. Now for me, this is a lot of fabric. This just feels like a lot, but I liked it. It's fine. I really loved let's talk about him in a second, but I really loved that these two also did the opening number, right? Did we love the opening number?
Oh my gosh, yes. I knew that it was gonna happen, but I loved the whole the homage to the Wizard of Oz and the fact that they did the Summer Over the Rainbow and Home. And then the second you knew they were going into the Defying Gravity and they just hit their mark, I got so choked up.
Okay, so first of all, amazing things were Cynthia's dress is inspired by Hattie McDaniels, the first Black woman. She might have been the first Black person to ever win an Oscar. Holy shit.
Daniel, not Daniel, plural.
Hattie McDaniel.
Yeah.
Hattie McDaniel.
I think
okay. Oh my God. Amazing. And then Ariana was wearing a Schiaparelli dress. She wore a Schiaparelli on the red carpet and she wore a Schiaparelli dress in this. And there was a red pump like coming out the back of the dress.
I didn't even see that.
You can faintly see it here. And there were people online being like, why did they ruin it with this shoe? And it's like, bitch, this came right from the freaking couture runway. Penny, she is no, they don't. Again, I'm on my train of like ignoring comments because I believe they're all 13-year-olds who don't know what they're talking about. So, Oh my God, I loved this. I cried. I lived. And when they got to the end of Defying Gravity, did it not just actually seem like Cynthia I don't know what was happening there, but it didn't even seem like she was singing because it was so
funny. With the same idea. I was like, oh, is this like not hard for you or something? Because she was really, I said to Jody, I'm like, she was working at about an 80%, I think. She's like, I'll leave a little bit in the bank.
She sounded amazing.
Of course. But it was not even, like, you didn't even see her body prepare for the high notes. She's just like, yeah, this is
which, then you kind of wonder, is that preparation also an actor's dramatic effect to like, and I was, oh my God, transcendent, amazing.
Loved it.
Let's talk about this bitch.
I thought he was so good. Okay, Conan is
I love Conan.
Like very millennial coded, I feel like. And I know I said this on Monday too, but I loved when he made that Amelia Perez joke. And then the audience, you could tell that he probably went into it being like, it's all going to hinge on how people react to that first joke. And then we'll see how the night goes. But then it got such a good reaction. And he was like, you could tell he was having so much fun. And he was like, fuck yes, I got them in my hands. And then he was just being silly for the rest of it. Why'd you do that?
I did that by accident. Okay. All right. But I like Conan, and I like that he is not, problematic. He's not up there, whatever. It's just like Conan. I like that. I'm fine with it.
Great. Let's have him back every year, or Amy and Tina.
Let's talk about some of the winners, because I was slightly surprised. I was also then not surprised, and then of course, y'all get ready, because I have feelings about a couple of these. All right. I think Mikey Madison was great in Honora. She was. Definitely think that I'm just going to say I think they should have just given it to Demi Moore.
I know it was more fucked up because the whole award season was pointing to the fact that this was a clear win. Every TikTok I saw, every reviewer was like, oh, well, that's like the one lock is Demi Moore.
And I think that, I think someone was making a comment. Who was this? I saw a TikTok of some seasoned actor. Might have been like I don't know. It was someone talking about how you know how the easiest way to win an Oscar is show some hole or get on a pole or something like that. And it was like, you know what? I mean, I think she was great. I saw Honora, guys,
Yeah.
and I thought it was good.
It was a 6.57.
I just was like, the fact that it won best like picture was to me like
it doesn't
what?
track in my mind. It doesn't track.
I would have given it to The Substance over that. I mean, there was more moviness to that.
Mandesha says, I would like to see a horror actress win Best Actress. Yeah, I've been
Completely
thinking
agree.
because it is hard. It's hard to scream. That's why I don't watch a lot of horror movies, because the torture of it is too alarming for me. And like, I feel like that's like way harder acting than most. And when Toni Collette didn't get nominated for Hereditary, that was like the monologue that she gives at the table and in the therapy session. That was like Oscar worthy performance.
Toni Collette is one of my top. She's one of my top people. I'm like, how is she not an EGOT?
We just saw you sent it to me, and I almost sent it to you, but I figured you would be like, didn't care. But it was Toni Collette auditioning for
Chicago the musical. And she was auditioning as Roxy, and she was fabulous. I understand why they put Renee Zellweger.
I understand too. I love Chicago the movie. I think it's a perfect.
So do I. I think you don't need to do anything to that movie. No. Honestly, it's perfect.
She was great.
This douchebag, Adrian Brody.
I didn't see these. I left halfway through pretty much. After supporting actress, I think I was like over it. But I left my mom's house. But I heard that he's like really long-winded, really douchey. He like when they tried to play him off, and then he was like, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing, or something like that. He was just super like.
Now I've seen theories that people are like, someone today, some TikTok was like, you know what? I think that Adrian Brody thought they weren't going to stop the music because he literally ended up having nothing to say afterwards. Basically, it almost seemed like, I just think this guy's a douchebag. He's disgusting. And you know what, babe? You needed AI in order to act. So fuck off. Saw your Oscar in half and give half of it to a computer. Stupid piece of shit.
I didn't care about that category until I saw A Complete Unknown, and which I'll talk about in the movie section. And Timothée Chalamet absolutely should have been he should have swept the entire award season. So we'll get to that later.
Mandisha, are you talking about The Substance being really good and that people hated the ending? Because OMG, I loved the ending of The Substance. I had the hugest smile on my face, especially with what happens at the very, 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 very end, where she, I guess I can give it away. Have you seen? You've seen The Substance, right?
No, but I'm not gonna see it.
Okay, well, her face crawls to her Hollywood star, her star on the Walk of Fame. The whole movie starts with her star on the Walk of Fame and how she gets it, and it's like the passage of time and how it gets all fucked up as as whatever.
I like that.
The end, her face that has detached from this thing has now on her star, and it like disintegrates into her star.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, I was like, oh, I loved it.
He rambled on and on. It just sucks. And like Timothée Chalamet worked so hard for A Complete Unknown. I don't think they used AI on Timothée Chalamet. They didn't. She learned to play the harmonica and the guitar, two instruments that are. The harmonica is hard to play, and he was like good, and he was like completely like not distracting. Anyway, I'll get into it later.
Should we keep the steam rolling? Okay.
Can we talk about people who needed to be played off and just at least address the Amelia Perez shit? Because that was so uncomfortable.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's because the picture's all the way down here. I forgot to start off here. I did want to say a big thank you to Amanda. I love you, Amanda. I hated this bitch. And you know what? This was the perfect cherry on top to the fucking Amelia Perez shit show Sunday that was allowing them even being a part of the Oscars at all. The fact that they were nominated for a single award is a travesty.
We watched it. Me and John watched it as a bit. but for the show,
I watched the thing start to finish.
I watched all of it. And you have to watch it too, because it's subtitles mostly. So you can't even scroll on TikTok the whole time.
You know, my favorite thing is that Katya of, Trixie and Katya. Katya is on one about Amelia Perez, and I've seen compilations from their podcast of multiple times where she's railing on Amelia Perez. And you know what? It deserves it. And when you see the people who wrote the song, let's not forget, this is a movie that takes place in Mexico about a cartel member or cartel boss who decides to transition to kind of avoid their past. Okay, this was written by people from France, and they never even filmed in Mexico. And I'd like to then continue this shit bomb. Let me finish.
There's a lot of flack, like a lot of hate, apparently.
Okay,
that's why I believe it.
One, I watched her. I think she was fine. Zoe Saldana, you were fine, but I will say your acting looked good because the whole movie was bad. So you stood out as being better.
That is also true. That is a really good point. Is that when she was on screen, I at least felt safe. I felt like, all right, well, at least we're watching like a very great performance, no matter what she's doing.
But let's look back on her history. Let's not forget she did play Nina Simone in a movie in blackface.
I didn't.
So she won the award, and what's now coming out is they do interviews in the press room afterwards. Okay, and there's a person from Mexico, from a publication in Mexico, and is like, so how do you feel? I'm paraphrasing here, guys. So how do you feel about that people are offended from Mexico about the portrayal in the movie, which that was one of my comments just watching the movie, is the first scene that they show of Mexico is her singing as she's walking down the street. It pans over and someone just starts stabbing someone on the street.
Mexico.
Anyway, I'm like, okay, so then her response is, well, I'm really sorry, or I'm sorry if you felt offended.
Yeah.
That's not how I felt about this story. This story was about 4 women. It didn't matter that they were Mexican, and it really didn't. Okay, so I will leave it at that with that. My biggest issue here, okay, is you made a movie about a transgender person, and not once did Amelia Perez's stupid fucking composers or Zoe Saldana ever mention transgender people once in their in their anything. So this would have been a beautiful, instead of singing your stupid song that you are so delusional to think the audience wanted you to keep going.
Was the first part of it was was not reading the room.
Like she put her hand out being like, yes, sing with me. You
don't know this song. No one knows.
No one likes it. You can't tell that everyone is like, oh, if I met you at the Oscars and someone was like, this was the composer of Amelia Perez, I would have to contain my eye roll. I would be like, hi, I would be embarrassed for you.
That's
so
like
come on, mention the travesties that are happening to the transgender community. If you're going to make a movie that is trying to prove a message that you're not just making Oscar bait, which you were, maybe have a real message. Don't just go into Chat GPT and be like, what will win us an Oscar? Well, a movie about Mexico and transgender people and drug cartels, and make it a musical. Congratulations, you won your Oscar, but it's stained forever. Is that positive enough for you, man?
No. Did you see A Real Pain?
I didn't, but I've seen a lot of clips from it. I think it looks good. He looks good.
Yeah. Well, I went off on a rant about him on Monday.
You did?
I'm not buying it. I just don't.
I didn't watch his acceptance.
Like it would be a nightmare to date because I think everything's a little junk.
Girl, he is probably neurotic as hell. I mean, he's a Culkin.
Yeah.
Like he was in Home Alone. He was Fuller, who pees the bed.
I mean, hello.
Why did I pull the name Fuller out of my head? That kid's name. Whatever.
Here's the whole thing with everything in the Oscars, everything, even Kieran Culkin, even Demi Moore, is that Wicked was better than all of you. All of this. Wicked was better. Have all done every single thing, every single winner.
Wicked. The amount of work that
Yes.
went into putting together Wicked is astonishing, and I'm so glad. Thank you, Rebecca, because I agree. Like, Zoe, girl, check your shit, check your privilege. You've lost touch with reality. I think that Wicked, like, I was so glad that Paul Tazwell won for costumes. So deserved. Holy crap. I mean, I was like shitting myself. Oh my God. The pictures didn't work. I had 2 pictures because I saw a reveal for Glinda and Elphaba photos of their full costumed looks from Wicked for Good.
Oh my
but
God,
it didn't
really?
work. So
well, that's okay. We'll do it for next time.
Sorry,
We're going to be
guys.
talking about it like the next what, 8 months is just going to be
Yeah.
for Halloween.
I mean, I'm getting ready.
For Halloween, you dress as Elphaba and I'll be Glinda this time.
You know what? I've actually fully been thinking that we should just do like a full role reversal.
That super cute.
Oh my God. Are you guys sick of our Wicked bullshit yet? Anyway, something that I kind of was sick of, but Amanda did like, and I liked parts of this.
I took a gummy before this because I watched it at Daphne's house, so gummies are necessary. But I was really into. I don't know. I love all the James Bond songs. Actually, they're all very great, ballady, powerful women songs. So I
thought Doja Cat was great. People were dogging her out, but she sang "Diamonds Are Forever." They were like, she was just doing too much, and it's like, well, have you seen Shirley Bassey sing the song? Come on.
It's James Bond. It's like a heightened version.
Exactly. I thought she was actually my favorite of the singers here. I thought the other were fine. Margaret Qualley.
She at least clearly has dance
training. Oh, for sure.
Like she has something to back it up.
I would totally agree.
But anyway, the Oscars, it was pretty good. Nothing controversial happened, really. Super awkward moments, but that's pretty much it. Do you want to get into some Traitors today?
Yeah, baby. Okay, Traitors is actually wrapping up tomorrow.
Thank God. I'm sick of talking about it.
I'm kind of sick of it. I'm glad they're doing it. It left this week. So what we led into this week was there was this new challenge called The Seer. And they called the episode The Seer. Okay, they did a challenge where someone wins the power of the seer, which is, how many times can I say the seer? It means that someone can ask, like, if let's say I won it, I could ask you, are you a traitor? And you have to tell me if you're a traitor or a fake.
No.
Now, I'm not sure how that ends up playing out in the end, because, like, let's say I find out you're a traitor, can't I just be like, well, Amanda's a traitor, vote her out? Like,
well, maybe
I don't know how. Well, good thing they didn't tell us, because the entire episode went by. They did the challenge, didn't reveal who won it, and then they left on a cliffhanger and never revealed who actually won the seer. Thank you, Jay Schwa. I was like, okay,
so
why is this?
We don't know as an audience yet
No.
who or what they know.
No.
Or who they ask.
They haven't even told them who won yet. So because they're going to vote someone out. They left it on a cliffhanger where it was between Danielle and Ivar. Okay, Danielle, we have been gunning for her the whole season. I'm sick or shit. Oh my God. I know a lot of people online are like, well, she beat all the other traitors. Yeah, by doing stupid shit. Sorry about it. All the traitors honestly were pretty bad this season. I'll be real. And so now I am fully on board rooting for my new girl, Gabby, bitch. She was on The Bachelor and she's a lesbian now. And I love her.
I think that's what most women
What happened on this roundtable was they were fully going to vote for Gabby. Like Gabby was going to, hey, Marion. Hey, babe.
Can I make a suggestion? When you see a comment, read it out loud. Because then people who are listening audio.
I would actually rather you read it out loud to me.
Okay, but if you're like reading it, just read it.
I'm always late, but I'm here every week.
Hi,
Thanks, Marianne.
The librarian.
I agree, but I also think, guys, check us out on YouTube. Anyway, I love Gabby. And I'm, it's between they went into the round table like fully. I'm thinking Gabby was going to get voted off, and I fast forwarded through the round table because I was like, fuck this. I'm so over this shit. Danielle's going to somehow win this crap. Then I get to the end and then I see that it like Gabby didn't even get a single vote. And I was like, wait, what? So then I had to rewind, watch the round table. Gabby tore it up. She kept going back at Danielle because Danielle kept trying to pull out evidence and being like, well, I voted for Boston Rob not once, but twice. And Gabby's like, so did I. Like, okay, next piece of evidence. Like, what else? Because she, Danielle was trying to paint Gabby as the traitor, but Danielle is actually a traitor. So I'm ready for it to wrap up.
What happened with Tom Sandoval, though? Like, why?
Oh yes, guys, Tom Sandoval did.
They thought he was a traitor because there's no way anyone thought that he had the capacity to pull that off. I think that were they just like over it?
I'm trying to think of why they voted him out. I think it was because he genuinely did think that Danielle was a traitor, or they thought. I don't know. I think they maybe thought that they would think someone else had done it if they voted him. I think it was because they thought Dolores. I don't remember. Guys, you'll have to watch the very beginning of that. But Tom Sandoval gets murdered unceremoniously is how that happens. He walks into the room. What ends up happening is they get up in the morning, they read a letter, and it says, like, Dear Tom, you've been murdered by the traitors. His exit interview is like, I mean, like, who's the most threatening of all the guys?
Oh, my God.
Obviously, it was me. Yeah, I mean, I had a really great time. I had a lot of fun, and I was a pleasure to work with.
That is so infuriating. I liked him better. He was more palatable to me when he had self-esteem issues, and now he doesn't.
When he was crying against Lisa's window, being like, oh.
Yes, that's when I could kind of handle him. But now that he has self-confidence.
I don't think he ever didn't have self-confidence.
Well, true, but he was at least I at least appreciated the effort of pretending like he wasn't a narcissist. Can we, while we're talking about Tom Sandoval, can we just toss in, because it's not even worth giving it its own segment, but Jax Taylor did some interview this week where he revealed, guys, sit down for this, he had a cocaine addiction for the past 10 years, 20 years.
I don't know what to think about that.
All the comments are so funny because it's like fork found in kitchen, or Jax was the last one to find out. We know, Jax.
Well, I mean, my problem with Jax is a lot of his stuff just doesn't seem like it's from a genuine place. Feels like it's from a place of he's going to try and manipulate someone with this piece of information. He's going to use it against Brittany in some way. He's going to blah, 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 yada, yada. Because but you never know. I mean, The Valley season 2 is coming out.
Oh, he must have some kind of manager that's
I know what he's doing.
What?
He very clearly came off very bad in whatever's about to air on The Valley season 2.
Right.
And so he's cutting it off before to try and avoid accountability.
That airs, he can say, yeah, that was last year. Though.
He's now that was before I, admitted,
Yeah, that was before I admitted I had a cocaine addiction.
Girl, oh my God. But I'm not here to judge people's addictions, etc. I think that handle what you need to handle. Weirdly, not to talk about more, but Karen Huger, who had gotten arrested, and the body cam footage came out, very incriminating, for her 4th DUI in
they released
10 years.
Thing of her being questioned, and it's so bad too.
I think I did see it. I can't at a point watch that because it's just
she's like, you're white and poor. I mean, it was just it was a lot of quotable things if it wasn't so sad.
So she ended up getting sentenced to 2 years. 1 year is, what do they call that?
Current?
No, it's
time served.
I don't remember, but she basically only has to technically serve 1 year. Yes. And they're saying that'll be cut down to a few months, possibly.
A few months, but she could have gotten no time. So they gave her twice the minimum.
Well, I watched the Potomac
reunion.
Part 3 reunion.
Everyone's saying that that the whole season was bad, but the reunion was the stuff of me.
It was pretty good. And they talk on there, and you find out that the place that Karen got was like 4 minutes away from her house. And so they're like, okay. And then so Andy's asking them questions and stuff. And you find out that Karen could have just taken house arrest.
Oh, that seems like a dream, an excuse to not have to go anywhere.
I would take house arrest like
give it to me now.
Today, yesterday, tomorrow.
Put it around my ankle. My ankle's gonna look so cute and tiny.
Especially if I have a big, huge mansion. I mean, like, and Postmates. What else do?
Yeah, Uber Eats. You're good.
Like Karen, she's an instance of, you know, that problem that the world has is when people don't have to take any accountability for what they've already done. Like when you like let someone, you know, get away, like, you know, storm the Capitol and then get totally like, you know, exonerated or whatever, pardoned, and then they end up going out. And I did see a video this week of like someone going out. Yeah, and going out and being like, well, I was pardoned. I have a blanket pardon. And they're like, well, do you have a... He's like, Kappa's like, do you have a driver's license? The guy's like, actually, I don't have a driver's license and I'm not allowed to drive. And like, girl, the trash takes itself out. Anyway, speaking of trash, the Baldwin show has started. Holy God. I cannot.
Really quickly, are we talking about White Lotus or are you just moving it down further?
Oh, it just was, yeah, it just rolled in this way. Yeah, we could talk about White Lotus after this, actually.
Okay, great. The Baldwins. Now look, this was gonna be like a hilarious bit because the Baldwins, Joan, it's in the place of Sister Wives right now. So it's filling like
what?
It's got an important.
Are those like
show. This is what happened. I think the
crossover.
Whole thing happened, like they filmed all these episodes, then Alec Baldwin got off for, like without facing any consequences, like you said. And
I still don't know what to think. Like what are we supposed to think about in that?
I feel bad for him.
Because in my mind, like if I was on a set to film a movie and a person,
but yes, true. Like
an armory handed me a gun. Well, what was I supposed to shoot all the blanks to find out if they were real? I don't know what. I think I would have been like, what the fuck?
But anyway, so then they did that, and then they're like, well, what? Because the show was clearly there for damage control for when he ultimately goes to jail. But now they had this, and then I think Sister Wives was gonna take a break. People think Sister Wives took this little like 8-week hiatus because today is the anniversary of Garrison passing away. And I think that TLC wanted to kind of just take a break for a few weeks to give it space during this time for the family. So I think they were like, well, we have this 8-episode fucking Baldwin's shit. We can throw that in there. So
how many times did Ilaria say, how you say?
No, okay, so let me get into it.
Saboya.
God. Okay. I thought it would be funny if we covered that every week on Monday. And Jody's like, I just physically can't do it because she hates Hilaria so much. I'm like, well, then I'll just watch it every week and do a recap of it. And it was just like, it was so bad that it's like not even, it was the tone in itself was very weird because the first part of it starts out with all these like circus music. And then it's like Alec in the room and all the kids are running rampant. And Alec is like, oh boy, I'm too old for this. Like very that tone. But then it immediately like goes into like on the set of Rust. There's been a tragedy on the set of Rust. And then it goes to that. And then they kind of talk about that and how sad it is. But then it's interspersed with all these zany home footage of Alec being like, Alec acting annoyed and being like, yeah, I only wanted maybe 1 kid and now we have 8. And
are they also trying to humanize him, maybe?
Very much that. But then also he's doing that thing that Cody Brown does that I don't find funny, where men look at the camera like, whoa, these women and their kids. And it's like, you fucking shot a load each of those times. Anyway, the whole thing is very, and Ilaria spends most of it being like, I do like Alec, okay? He's hot. The age difference isn't a problem, okay? And it's like, no one really asked, though.
I've always,
all of her talking heads.
I'll be honest, I've always thought Alec Baldwin was really hot. Like when he was, I've always thought he was hot. Like even when he was Jack Donaghy.
He's especially hot when he's Jack Donaghy because he's so funny.
But I do not believe that Ilaria married Alec for love and for his, whatever. You're a big posing.
No, they share a hole.
Lady.
They were meant to
share a hole.
They share a soul. She doesn't say that, but I think that that's what they tell each other. I think they're that very self-congratulatory couple who are like,
I believe that behind closed doors, they don't talk.
Probably.
I just believe it. I believe 100% they have separate bedrooms. I believe they have 5 nannies. I don't think they take care of their children the way that they appear on TV. The nannies are standing just off camera so that they can look zany.
For sure. And then Alex like has this whole thing like, the house, when we first moved in, it was just me and her, and now it's so small. And it's like, are you bitching to us, the TLC viewers, that your house isn't big enough for you, sweetie?
Yeah, this show needs to go in a gutter.
I mean, and especially, and the other thing is that once it's gone, Sister Wives comes back. So yeah, it's out. Sister Wives comes back on 420, by the way. I think that's
like, Easter.
It's also Easter.
Well, yeah, that'll be like the day. That'll be like the. Oh, that's and weird. Almost. He is risen. Sister Wives is risen.
What a spiritual day! And then Cody Brown is baptizing Aurora. Yes.
Oh, on Easter.
On the show.
Baptizing how? Okay.
I'm never talking about the Baldwins again because I'm never watching it. I got our White Lotus.
Speaking of other shows with weird incesty stuff, White Lotus season 3 is chugging along. I'm up on it. I'm
down on it. I know.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see the whole season. They did build up this week, and they're doing this thing this week about tsunamis, and the idea of that this week is the how the water pulls away, and it seems like nothing's gonna happen, and then a huge wave crashes in or whatever, and allegedly next week is the crash. But I've been watching all this stuff about people's theorizing about this, that, and the other, and the symbolism, and I'm down for it. I'm happy to have a show that I actually want to watch.
And then rewatch it knowing what to look for. It's almost more fun to rewatch.
Okay.
I don't think those are spoilers, by the way, Mary. I think that was just a theories that Joan is reading. And also Maggie Ball says, "Oh, my aunt for sure is going to see me high then, girl."
What?
Because 420 is on Easter.
Oh.
My aunt.
I'm like, huh?
Debbie sees me high every time she sees me, and all my other aunts and everyone. All right, what's next?
Holidays are for that. RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, this week it was a design challenge. It was all around Betsy Johnson. And what they did was they had 3 different categories of Betsy Johnson kind of vibe that they were supposed to do with their outfits, okay? One
Betsy
was...
Johnson in Sex and the City, right?
No.
Oh.
That's Patricia Fields.
Oh, I get those 2 mixed up because they're both kind of wacky.
Yeah. Betsy Johnson's the one that does the cartwheels on the thing. She had all these really colorful designs and punky stuff.
Cyndi Lauper vibe about her.
Yes, exactly.
So the other one. Anyway, go ahead.
Who?
The Sex and the City.
She does, but she gives me more of a smoky New Yorker.
Yeah. Oh Joey's agent on Friends.
We're on the same page. All right. So I thought we should just go through some of the looks. You guys in the comments, I want you to also write, let's just be typical and say toot or boot, I guess, right?
Okay, yeah.
You guys in the comments, let us know if you think they're a toot or a boot as well. Let's have some fun. All right. So again, remember, these were designed outfits. I did just take screenshots on TikTok, so sorry, they're not perfect. All right, here is Sam Starr. Her group was a black and white. Their theme was black and white. They had those colors. So this to me is fine. It's very safe in the middle of the road. Thoughts?
Toot. Toot's good, right?
Yeah, toot is good, but would you say it's amazing or just it's fine?
I haven't seen any of the other ones yet, Joan.
Okay, but do you think this visually is incredible too?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes.
Guys, let us know. Sam Starr, is this a toot or a boot? Toot or boot? I would say it's a toot, but a soft
Gabriel
one.
Says boot.
Gabriel boot. I'd say a soft one because it's
the gays with this one.
I need the skirt to be shorter and then it would look better. Okay. I don't hate it, but it's kind of very much been seen because it's just Madonna-y, right? Yeah. Then we have Arietti. It's hard because black really sucks up all the details.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
But this was giving me a Lydia Dietz wedding dress type thing, and then it had a white bow tie. It was really well done. So I'm going to give this a toot, but I think a lot of people need to think about what is like what the background looks like, or what else is going
Yeah.
on, or like maybe a different color hair, or maybe a different other.
It's
I don't know.
crazy. Like, if you want to, I don't know if I've told you this, Joan. If you want to know what your good colors are, you should go to our videos on YouTube and look at all the covers for our Patreons and just scroll. And like, because I'll do that, and there'll be such a vast difference between me wearing like a dark color and then me wearing a light color. I will like lose 20 pounds between the pictures, and they'll have been recorded a day apart.
Oh, I know when I have a black shirt on, I look skinty. I look like a head floating around.
In black. It's my
really
least color on me. Yeah.
No, I just think it kind of just like you don't see anything. Like the black almost just disappears. That's why I think this is fine.
Brings you back up to my fat face. Okay, let's go. But no,
I think I would have done some more layering underneath to really make it pop or something. I think it was good. Okay, wait. This is Lexi Love. I fucking loved this. Like it had this big veil over it that had this ruffle at the bottom with this tiny little skanky looking dress thing underneath it. Was giving bride. I loved this. I thought it was great. Kind of surprised she didn't win, but I loved it. Then we have Lana Geray, and I'm ready for her to go home. She does not give anything to the show. Anyway, just saying. This outfit, fine, right?
I don't like it.
Fine.
There's a boot.
I don't like the big bow on the back. I don't know. It's just fine. I like the hair. This is Anya Nerve, who I love, and this outfit is busted. I hate.
Yeah, okay, thank you, thank God. Because I wanted to like it because it's Anya Nerve, but I hate it. It's bad.
If you made the bows like all the same fabric or something, it would have looked better. But what is going on?
Wear this on season 7. See, I still have all this knowledge that floats around in my head. In season 7, when they did that runway that was like ugliest outfit ever, I feel like this make this. like draw attention. Like, look how ugly this is.
So this is a boot then, hardcore, eh?
Rebecca's asking about the framed art behind you. Mine is 3 Sister Wives cards that people have sent me over the years.
And our logos.
And then our logos. And then here's Mike Mitchell from the Doughboys as a pillow. And then that's Cabbage Patch doll named Reggie. It has a lot of lore, but I can't get into it right now. John,
we don't have all day to do that.
Reggie lore. But John got him all by himself.
Mine I painted because it's a big, huge canvas that's on the wall, and I'm not paying for that. Also, it's just kind of fun because what I stuck it on the wall. And then I just started painting it. And then I just kind of do what I want. Originally, this had a dark spot here. But because my head lines up here, it was making my hair look like I had no hair. Because my hair was the same color as the thing. So I was like, I got to paint some white and some stuff there.
That's right.
I just do it as I do it. I've always been into art and shit like that. I'm a fag. Anyway, what? Anyway.
All right.
Another one in the pink category, Corey King. I think Corey King has a great attitude. This dress is so damn busted. I can't even begin to get into it. It looks, I don't even understand how you come out in this. Like, you don't.
It looks like she has her cell phone in her pocket in this picture. Right?
It does. Because it's like, you're telling me, like, if you guys are watching somehow to zoom in here, you're telling me you couldn't line up the hem to, like, there's a huge bump coming down at the hem. Like, you couldn't, you didn't even have the visual forethought to be like, oh shit, let me make that like.
Glue gun together too, the whole dress.
But think, Ben de la Creme glue gunned her first outfit for Golden Girls themed, where she had the cheesecake.
Together with like
glue gun it, hot glue and desperation. I think
hot glue desperation. I almost said with tuba chapstick, which is what Corky St. Clair says. I got off the bus with
Courtney St. Clair.
Corky St. Clair. I had a cat named Corky St. Clair, and that was like the best cat anyone's ever known.
Best cat. Okay. Then we have Susie Toot, who, after her bullshit about with Anya last week, she's on my damn nerve. So Susie, you're fine. I think this is a fine.
Yeah.
But I also feel like why are we going into this thinking, like, Susie, did you really think you were going to win this challenge with this outfit? I just don't know why you wouldn't push yourself to go further. Not just her, I mean all of them. Like Corey King. Like, did you think this was going to win? Anya Nerve. Did you think this was going to win? Lana Geray. Were you like, oh, I'm just...
Betsy. Oh, this is Betsy Johnson?
Yeah, they were doing like plays on Betsy Johnson, and they had different there were 3 different categories. There was like the pink, kind of like pink prom type. Then there was this black and white punk one, and then there was this, which was like flapper. Maybe
that
this was flapper
like
punk.
Tarzan outfit in that picture.
It does. It looks like it would be a costume in a musical, which is fine because she's a musical queen.
Yes,
But...
yes, right.
Then we have what is her name? Lydia B. Collins. I do really like her, and her and Corey King have been having a relationship.
Do you think that's Lita B?
No. Could you imagine?
Joan
Lydia B. Fuck you, Lydia B. Lydia B. Collins, her middle name is B, stands for butthole, which, you know what? I like that. Lydia Butthole Collins. Come on, that's fabulous. And then finally we have Jules Sparkles. Jules Sparkles won the challenge this week.
Oh, I like that. That's
I do too. I think it's cool how she like incorporated all the furs together and stuff. Do you guys think that Jules should have won or Lexi? Because I thought Lexi's had some drama, mama, but I also really like Jules too.
So who did win?
Jules.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like the colors of that.
I do too. She looks like Fifi O'Hara here.
Yeah, she does. Oh,
okay, so then to wrap it up, they had the lip sync.
You have the new iPhone.
I do.
I can tell just because I just got the new iPhone, and it has that thing at the top where you can see what the next, right?
Oh yeah, this little island thing or whatever. Okay, so who did you think would be in the bottom of those choices?
Anya Nerve and the one with the bad hem.
Okay, Corey King was in the bottom, and so was Lydia B. Collins. Now, conveniently, they are dating on the show. So they did a song that I think was like "Kiss Me, Baby" or something, and guess what? They made out.
Ooh.
And here are the reactions.
Oh God.
Carson, shook, shocked, shaking. You know what? I don't think Carson gets enough credit. I think he is genuinely funny and a national treasure. And then here's RuPaul. She's like, "Thank you, baby. Yeah, baby, we got some good photographs. Jesus.
Yeah.
We got some good footage there. You know, they were like, this was their first kiss."
Oh my God. Okay. And then
anyway, Corey went home.
Okay.
I still can't believe that there's still 9 queens. It's like this show feels like it's been going on for 5 months.
Like Traitors. Is that
time for Amanda penetrate my corner, guys.
Yes. Okay. Well, me and Justine saw A Complete Unknown at 10:30 in the morning on Saturday, and it was only $9 each, Joan.
Oh,
it's cheap as shit.
Yeah.
I got a large popcorn with 2 containers of jalapenos. Should have got 3.
I love the jalapenos with the popcorn. Girl. So good.
I was living.
It gives a little like extra.
Yeah.
Umami.
Yeah, umami. Anyway, John, are you gonna see? I feel like why haven't you seen this?
I think just because in general it's just
gonna be telling me because he's dating a Kardashian. The Kardashians are everything wrong with America.
Well, I do agree on that. I think it's probably good, but it just wasn't one that's like, you know, it doesn't jump out to me as something I need to see in a movie theater.
You do? Oh, well, the sound is really good. Like, do you like Bob? I forgot how much I love that music. There's so many songs in it, and they're all performed all the way through. I was so happy. Like, I added so many Bob Dylan. Like, I have like Bob Dylan radio on my Spotify now. As you know, I just recently discovered Spotify.
See, I didn't know that it was a musical, or not a musical, but I didn't realize there was like full songs in it and stuff.
And like, there's so many impressions that Edward Norton as Pete Seeger was so good. And then the guy that played Johnny Cash was great. You know what? I would compare it to Walk the Line in terms of tone. It was very straightforward, not a lot of stakes really, but I loved it. Like, it's so watchable. That's exactly what I would call it. It's just super watchable. I loved it. And Timothée Chalamet was so good. You would really be impressed, I think. It's awesome.
I think Timothée Chalamet is very talented. I really do. I do, though. I'm like, why are you with Kylie Jenner? I'm questioning your judgment, but whatever.
He's doing. But I want to give credit to this girl. She looks like Natalie Wood, right?
Oh.
I mean, this girl is stunning. She plays Joan Baez in this movie, there's so much information in this movie, like the drama behind the scenes of what kind of a dog Bob Dylan was. But it's very
really?
like, it reminds me kind of Sunday in the Park with George in the way that like it's like this artist. And like it kind of leads up to him writing the song "It Ain't Me, Babe," which is like, oh, you deserve all this. You deserve someone that can do all this for you, but it's not me. Which is very Sunday in the Park with George, I feel. I don't know.
Very like the dragging a woman along as you're a tortured artist.
Yeah.
The art reigns over
That's how my dad is. That's why my dad has never had a successful relationship, because all he wants to do is play the piano. That's all he does is play the piano.
I wish I had that kind of devotion to anything.
Me too. Actually, no, I don't, because I do like having relationships with real people.
Actually, my biggest devotion is to taking naps. So that's unfortunate. Yeah. My biggest devotion, y'all, taking big dumps. All right.
Nothing better. But recommend, and maybe wait for it to come out on but it's honestly awesome. I would rewatch that more before I'd watch Amelia Perez or Anora.
I would watch almost any movie in the history of movies 5 times in a row before I watched Amelia Perez. I don't even give a shit. Name a movie that I would. No, Anora. I'd rather watch Anora for 24 hours straight than watch Amelia Perez. Amelia Perez is a torturous piece of crap.
Now, I texted you this, but my mom loved Amelia Perez, which I'm like,
I forgot that you texted me that, and I thought that you were kidding.
I had to let it wash over me. I have to. I'm learning to do this.
You were serious? Amanda texted me that said my mom's favorite movie of the year was Amelia Perez.
She kept talking about it. She was trying to bait me, I think. Wasn't taking the bait.
Did you ask her if she really liked this every time that they would sing like this?
Vaginoplasty. Yes. No, I just.
Oh.
Anyway, that's it. A Complete Unknown. Check it out. It's my second favorite movie after Wicked. And that's saying a lot, because I really fucking love Wicked. Okay. Should we just get into my wormhole? Unless you didn't watch the movie, right?
I didn't. I was busy doing lots of other stuff.
Oh, I also watched a movie called The Pest with John Leguizamo.
Oh, I've seen that from years ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you remember anything about it?
I don't think so, because
I was like if you like edited out all the like unwoke, all the racist, let's say, things in a movie, it would be edited down to maybe 8 minutes total.
Oh, really?
He's like trying to escape. First of all, Jeffrey Jones is in it. So there you go. And I will say he's great in it. And
unfortunately, that man is a horrible piece of crap that is rotting in hell and deserves it. But
I don't think he's dead.
He was great in every movie. I thought he was dead.
No, his career is. But the whole idea is that he's hunting John Leguizamo. So John Leguizamo goes around and like puts on different like identities. So he plays an Asian stereotype. She just kind of goes. It's very racist.
Right.
But I can see how it was popular in 1997 when it came out. Let's get into my now let's change the tone here.
That movie got Mandisha grounded.
Oh, The Pest. Wow. Well, because I had a date the other night and he came and we watched Requiem for a Dream because I told him it was my favorite movie. And then he's like, well,
what a date movie, babe. What a date movie.
I'm like, did you like it? And he's like, this is your favorite movie? I'm like, of all time, baby. So then we watched The Pest because that's one of his favorite movies.
Has a 4% on Rotten. That was one of his. Wait.
Like that's like one of his like favorite movies growing up.
Who was this?
Who is this?
Wait, who was this? Which guy?
The guy that I like am currently dating today. What day is it today? The 5th of March.
Okay, well, I found a good reason to break up. His favorite movie's The Past?
His
Babe.
favorite movie, but he was like, oh, here's a movie that I liked growing up that has probably a better tone than Requiem for a Dream.
I don't watch Handmaid's Tale, Rebecca. It's too scary.
I watched the first season of Handmaid's Tale and then the second season. It's just too real. It's too real.
Way too real. Mandisha ended up getting grounded by watching it in a tent with boys and lying to her mom.
All right, I'm gonna get into the wormhole here. John, we're have to get serious, and I would recommend if you could just actually pretend like you care about this because it's.
I do genuinely care.
Okay,
so
good.
Go ahead.
I'm glad. Go on. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, today, March 5th, is the 1 year. Would you call it an anniversary? Is that the correct term? Of Garrison, Garrison Brown taking his own life exactly a year ago today. I remember I was taking a drunken midday nap and I woke up to a text from Ace from Shit Talk saying, hey, guys, like we were going to do this big like multi-podcast like trivia night about the Browns and it was like coming up. And he texted all of us being like, because of what happened today, we're going to go ahead and cancel this. And I was like, what? And then I like looked and that had happened, that Garrison had killed himself. And it was devastating. I've never known anyone that has died that like, I really like cared about like that. And this was stunned me how much I was affected by it. I cried for an entire week. And then the other significant thing about this is this was the last drinking bender I went on. And this is like the last time I drank. So technically a year ago today is the last time I got drunk. But I chose the 15th of March as my sober day because I know that it was like detox by that time because I went a few days after this happened. Anyway. What?
Well, what do we continue?
You have a look on your face like...
Well, I thought we were talking about him passing. I think it's really tragic. I think the situation and the way that it all led up to it. And, you know, you can... The shit part is...
What's your opinion on this?
You have it all on television. It's... You see the... I'll just be real. The abuse that happened to him on television.
Thank you.
And you see how it's built up and you see... I think it makes it hard. I think it's really, really sad because... It could have just been avoided if their situation wasn't what it was. And it makes me look on the whole polygamist situation that contributed as well. The fact that you had one dad spread amongst 30 kids or whatever the hell it was. You know what I mean? It's not right. Fuck off. I mean, it's sick. It's sad. And he deserved better.
Yeah, and actually after this happened, everyone kind of tried to be very like, well, we're not going to talk about like all the shit that kind of led up to this, but now it's a year later and like the last text that he sent out was to a group text that included production. I think Cody was on this group text and it was saying like, I hate when you look at like maybe the production had sent a group picture of an old episode or something. And Garrison responded like something like, I hate looking at old pictures because it makes me remember the good times, but I like hate it because it reminds me of how bad things got or something like that. And so like, that's the last thing he texted out. So take that as you will with like, you know, how this maybe could have been prevented. But
I think it's important though. Like I think people wanting to avoid, you know, discussing it, I don't think that's fair, you know, because in a way it's still then just using it all as entertainment and glossing over that did contribute and probably was a big factor.
Sorry, but it really did. It really did. And like the whole last like couple years of his life was very much centered around this huge gap in the family and just everything falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
maybe some people need to learn that they are accountable a little bit. But let's get into a couple of posts that were posted.
Cody's a piece of shit.
Yeah, Cody is a huge piece of shit. Is this one? Okay, so this is Christine. Christine posted a little memorial thing on her Instagram. She said, it's a picture of Garrison with David, Christine's new husband. And it says, I found a video of Garrison helping me move and watched it so many times. My heart aches without him. And every photo, video, memory, joke, story with him is infinitely more precious than ever. Gosh, I miss him. I can't believe he's been dead for a year. And then Janelle posted this one.
Along with this, the other one, Mary says that Christine got a ton of hate on her post today because she described him as being dead. I think that's insane to chastise mom about how she processes grief. I would agree on that. I do know personally, I hate when they when they're like, whoever, Judy Garland dead at 73 or whatever. I hate that phrasing. I would agree. I hate that phrasing. This is delusion. This is my delusional time. I've told my mom, I'm like,
can you agree that you shouldn't have said dead?
No, I'm not. And I would never be like, hey, Christine, you're a bitch for calling him dead. No, I think personally, I don't want to be described as John Bohm dead at whatever. Like,
really? I kind of like the drama.
No, I'd like John Bohm, icon gone too soon.
Yes, okay.
Like, come on. Like, that's a lot better than John Bohm dead. 40. John Bohm, icon, gone too soon.
Love it. Mandesha says the next half of the season is really going to be telling us to how or if the show is worth watching going forward. I'm always going to watch this show, like on my deathbed if I have to. But the last episode, Joan, ended like when it was filmed was days before this happened. So I think that's another reason why they took a very specific break in the season where now it's like we've kind of wrapped up Sister Wives 1.0. Now we're gonna get it. Like it seems like they really did ending, and now they're kind of doing this new thing.
Interesting. Okay, so Mary says it may be jarring, but it's true and it's respectfully stated. I totally agree with the way Christine said it, and it's not the time, And where was this? Instagram? Honey, yeah. Instagram comments are the freaking, I don't know.
Like Reddit is worse.
To me, Reddit is somewhat better than on Instagram. You open that thing and they're like, you're the ugliest person I've ever seen. It's like the craziest.
I always love TikTok comments. I feel like everyone's.
Oh, yeah, I love to. I'm down with TikTok.
And then Janelle's is really lovely here. It's a picture of him with his cat. So many pictures of Garrison with cats. And it's
Janelle was his birth mother, yes?
Birth mother, yes. To the stars, Bowen to the stars is him hugging one of his cats. And it says, I stay busy. Oh, God. But in every quiet moment, you are first and foremost in my thoughts. It's been a year, baby. We miss you so much. I miss you so much. Okay. I encourage everyone reading this to consider making a donation to your local animal shelter, rescue, or humane society. This cause was close to Garrison's heart, but he adopted all 3 of his cats from shelters. If you are in crisis, please call, text, chat with the Suicide in Crisis Lifeline at 988 or contact the crisis text line by texting TALK to 741-741. This is a wonderful post, I think.
It is. And I can't, it's, grief is hard. I've lost a parent and it was devastating. And so the thought of losing your child, and then I would feel a lot of guilt. And I can't even imagine. So our hearts are out to them hardcore. Yes. And for me, even a person who is like sister wife, I feel completely, my empathy is, my heart goes out to them. I like that, and not in the freaking stupid Elon Musk way.
Of course. But the whole cat, the cat shelter thing was so nice to see, because you could tell everyone out there wanted to be respectful to the family and not push it too much. But everyone out here who's been watching this kid since he was 9 is wanted an outlet. So when people thought, let's donate to where he got his cats from, it was a way for everyone to just be here. And
it also seems like the Sister Wives community, for the most part, cares about the kids. 100%. Most of the kids.
Yes.
Maybe not Aurora, right? Is that the one everyone hates? I don't even watch it, and I just I know everyone hates
it. Any of Robin's kids, really.
Unfortunately.
They are victims too. They are victims. But R.I.P. Garrison, he means a lot to me, not me especially, but especially because it was the last time I drank. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna kind of
hit like. Hit like, hit subscribe. Leave a comment.
I do have a nice heartwarming story for TikTok.
Great.
So let's get into TikTok.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Okay, do you have our notes there in front of you? Do you see what the thing was called that I wrote?
Buddy's Cafe.
Okay, I should have taken screenshots, but then I forgot. But I was watching this shit in real time. I woke up and this girl, she's like a local owner. She had a coffee shop.
Oh, I know exactly. Okay, I didn't know what this was, but now that you're saying it.
Okay, good. Oh my God. Okay, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Because they had a coquito latte. And
Yes.
Into it.
So I saw like the original post where she's crying, and it was one of the most real cries I've ever seen because it was like a panic.
It was genuine.
Yeah,
like she turned the camera on and was like, I am desperate. Like I am, and she really was. Because I mean, sorry to cut you out here, but they're opening a coffee shop. Like right next door to her coffee shop, a local place, they're opening another coffee shop. And I think, is it a chain or something?
I think it's going to be a chain. And then, which I don't think, I thought that wasn't legal in theater. You're not even allowed to have two community theaters doing the same show within like 3 months of each other.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you're allowed to do that. But her thing was like, we're fucked, basically, when this other place comes in.
Because of gentrification. Mm-hmm. Like, and it was like her and her boyfriend opened this like with $2,000, the last $2,000 they had. And they had this coquito latte that was like apparently like, but even before she posted that, people were already talking about this thing. So she posted that, and like she probably then went and took a stress nap for like 7 hours and woke up to like entire life like blown up. But like people, Joe Jonas went to it and did like.
I saw this one girl. I think her name is Carissa Eats. She has red hair, and she is always like this. Oh, this she'll like eat it's a mozzarella stick. She's like, this mozzarella stick, it was so crispy and creamy, and it was really garlicky. Like she does this really certain way. She went there, and there was a huge line out the door, and I'm like,
oh yes,
that's why we need to keep TikTok.
Yes, because I love shit like this, like within a
community.
Day. Mm-hmm. And I hope that when stuff like that happens, people continue to just keep going and don't go to the new place opening.
Completely agreed.
That too, but come on. Did you have some thirst traps to show us?
I have one like random thing, just that it was funny. I was like laughing about this. First of all, it's a video of someone like a person. They're standing here. You can see them blue on this hill. All right. Tourist takes a tumble on 6,000-foot snowy mountain.
Oh no.
Now it did look scary, but they literally just kind of slid down the thing and then ended up just kind of like, I don't know, ending in this one spot. Here are what has happened. And this is, see what the caption says?
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, this wasn't the funny part to me. I was like, oh my God, the person ends up being fine. They're not old either. They look like they have a cane.
Okay, good.
They look like they're an old person. They're not. They were just using the cane to like help them get up the mountain. Okay. They just slid down into this spot. First comment. Not gonna lie, that seems fun since my life is so boring. I cried. Like people are just so funny.
No, exactly. TikTok comments are funny, and like one of my favorite recurring TikTok comments is when somebody's doing something and giving minimal, and they'll be like, "Yes, queen, give us nothing."
One of my new ones, my new favorite ones on any thirst trap or like just any hot guy at all, it says, "Get a load of this guy," and then it's like, "I'm trying." Like,
it's like a funny, sassy energy where everyone's kind of joshing each other in there, but like politely. And
it's just fun and funny. Yeah. And I do have one tiny thirst trap that this only popped up this morning. I didn't crop it or anything. It's a man standing outside. He must have just been running or he's perspiring. And he's like steaming. His body is steaming from standing out in the cold. Okay. There you go, guys. I didn't crop it. I should have, but I was like, fuck it. Click.
This is the Rowdy Mermaid, if anyone wants.
And you can see this was taken at 11:18, so 20 minutes before Amanda and I jumped on here. Yeah, you know what? This is the number one reason TikTok needs to stay around, because slutty men just being slutty on there. Just show off your slutty little waist and your big fat ass.
You know it,
baby.
And with that, we end our roundup for this week. an arc in there, a little
Thanks,
drama.
Jen. Thanks, Jay Schwa. You guys, we love you guys so much. We're so appreciative that you're here every week. Our diehards, ride or dies, baby. And if you're not one of our ride or dies, become one, babe. Hit the bell icon, and I think it'll notify you when we're gonna go live, honey.
Well,
And if you're really into it, join us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/podandthecity. It's $6 a month, and you get extra episodes. This week, our extra episode is about Golden Girls, and you get early ad-free access to our Sex and the City episodes, too.
Leave a voicemail for us for our monthly mailbag. Check out Joan Open That Doll on YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, babe.
And we didn't talk about White Lotus, did we? Oh, yeah, we did.
Can you guys stick around? Nothing's really happening enough on White Lotus for us to really, like, maybe we could do a touch-in at the end of the season.
Maybe.
Hit the like. Thanks, Jen. And if you guys could stick around like 2 minutes, and leave a comment after the fact, that would be c'est magnifique.
All right, have a wonderful day, everyone. We love you.
Love you guys.
Later.
Bye.